Hi students, how are you today? Okay, so we're back in this virtual classes. I hope you're enjoying. So today we're going to make a review about the last activities or the last classes we have had. Okay, so we're going to work with the past of verb to be, but also with the simple past for regular verbs, affirmative, negative, and questions, okay? In order you can answer your activities. Easy. Okay, so we're going to start with our simple past, okay? But it is going to be the verb to be, because I saw some of your activities and you have some mistakes that we have to fix, okay? So easy. The verb to be, remember that we're going to use it only when we're talking about, for example, places or feelings, right? I can use as an example Mexico, or I can say a feeling, sad, yes, or I can say, for example, a profession, yes. So, for example, we're going to use those. Okay, so we're going to use the verb to be. The verb to be, remember that in present is am, is, are. Yep. But in past, we're going to use, really easy, we're going to use was and were. How are we going to use it? You have to be very careful with this, because this is one of the first mistakes you had, okay? So we're going to divide our personal pronouns, yep. For example, so we're going to have I, he, she, it, you, we, and they. Okay, so we're going to divide it in two. For example, these are going to be singulars, yes, and these are going to be plurals, and that's how are we going to use the verb to be in past. How are we going to do it? Okay, for the personal pronouns I, he, she, it, we're going to use was, and for you with they, we're going to use were. Okay, pay attention here. And how are you gonna work? For example, if I say I was in Mexico City last year. Yes, remember that we're talking in past, okay? It means that in 2019 I was in Mexico City, okay? And what if I'm talking about a feeling? Yeah, he was happy. For example, today it can be sad, it can be normal, it can be upset, yeah. But yesterday or last week or last year, he was happy, yeah. And what about the profession? Yes, I can say that. Oh, look at that girl. Look at that girl. She was my student. Now she's not my student. She can be my friend. She can be someone else. But before, she was my student. Yeah? And happens the same for you with they. We can use whatever we want as a complement, but the only difference is that instead of was, we're going to use were. Okay? You were at home last week. Yeah, it means, like, for example, we went to a party, yes, and I say, hey, I don't remember. Oh, you don't remember because you were at home last week. Yeah, it means that I wasn't at the party. I was at home, and you tell me you were at home. Yes, we were, for example, in our classes, we were happy, yes, or they were my students, or they were my teachers. For example, I can say they were my teachers. Yes, remember that this is affirmative. Okay, for negative sentences, we're going to use the same, okay? What does it mean? That we're going to use was and were, but we're going to add the negative, not. Yes, remember, I, he, she, it, and you, we, they. Yes, I was not, you were not. But as well, we can use wasn't or weren't. And the complement. For example, I wasn't at home last year because I was in Pachuca. Just to give an example, right? And what happened with the questions? Okay, you have to be very careful here. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, if I'm going to ask a question, I'm going to start without auxiliary. Remember that this is our auxiliary for negative and questions, so it is going to be like this. Was I your teacher last year? Yes. Was I your teacher last year? Yes. You were? Or no, you weren't? Were they at home? No, they weren't. Or yes, they were. Pretty easy. It doesn't have any problems with this. Okay, why did I tell you that you... Okay, this is the part where you have to pay a lot of attention because here you have a lot of mistakes, or the most common mistakes is when we're using WH questions using the simple past of the verb to be. Okay, let's see why. Okay, we have different WH questions. These WH questions are what, where, why, who, how. Yes, those are some WH questions that we have. Okay, what's the problem here? Okay, let's make a question using what. What, we use it to ask for specific information, like for example, what was your classroom last course? Yes. Now we have a different classroom, but what was your classroom last course? Okay, last course, I can say my last classroom was the 2026. I don't remember the number of the classroom, but it was our classroom, right? We're asking for what was. Or for example, I can ask you, what was your favorite part of the movie? Oh, my favorite part of the movie was when, okay, and then we start the explanation about the information they're asking for. Yeah, where? Okay, here we have the most common mistake that you made using this, where. Okay, why? Because we're going to use where as a question and where as a verb to be in past. For example, where were you yesterday? Where were you? Where is the question, the information I want to get about the place, and where is the verb to be to ask about you. Remember that we're going to ask about you. I can ask, where was she? Where was she? But if I'm using you with they, I'm going to use where, okay? So the pronunciation is pretty similar. That's why you can make mistakes about this. Where were you yesterday? Okay, what's the answer? I was at home. Okay, question, verb to be in past. Why was she sad? Okay, I'm asking about a reason. Why was she sad? Okay, she was sad because who was your teacher? Who was your teacher? Okay, my teacher was Ochoa. How long or how was your vacations? How was your vacations? Okay, we didn't have actual vacations, but how was your vacations? Okay, I can say it was quiet, relaxed. They were good. Okay, so this is talking about double questions with simple past of the verb to be.